Hello, people.
Hey everybody, we're back.
We back. All one concurrent viewers, which is still probably
Hello,
our good
Mr.
old
Bot.
friend, Mr. Bot. Or Miss Bot. We don't discriminate around here.
Or, like,
Ooh,
I mean,
two
I feel like if you're a
concurrent
robot,
viewers.
you can really super be non-gendered because you're a robot.
So welcome to this thing. So last time we went through the desert, which has one of the best sound things, music tracks in the game. I'm good at this.
Yes, you are.
So now we're in
Now this
Kalay.
this is Ivan's hometown. Master Hammett's from here. He's like the mayor, basically. If I remember, he's at least a very prominent citizen. Nice, nice. We're gonna get equipped up. So this stream, our plan is to, since we're in Kalay, basically the next, we're gonna have the option to, sorry, we gotta adjust our screen setup here. We're gonna have the option to go back. So we'll be able to get back to that first village where we first met Ivan. Neither of us can remember the name of it, but that one. And we can also head back to Vale, and we can have pretty easy access to like the Mercury Lighthouse and Hermes Water, so...
We might mess around with that this stream, but it might be the second stream today, depending on how long stuff takes.
Our goal is to try and at least get to Tolby, and hopefully to get through Colosso. If you don't know what that is, that's fine.
We'll explain it when we get there.
And
well,
also...
the game will explain it somewhat, but we might skip that dialogue, who knows?
Well, and also, if you know RPGs, like, then you can probably guess what it is. It's, like, again, it's pretty tropey, but still just that. That is, like, the only thing that's in the store for, like, the longest time for
Once
armor.
we get to Kalay, they'll start having stuff.
This is Kalay.
I mean...
Tolby.
Tolby.
Yeah.
I'm good at games. Man, that's better than the Vulcan Axe.
But the Vulcan Axe has, like, specialness.
Yeah, but it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Tolby is also where you can use the game tickets, so that's pretty dope.
But it's just to get some money, and it's like gambling, so we're probably not gonna do it. Vulcan Axe.
Frost Wand. I remember that actually being pretty good.
Ivan's probably the most behind on his weapon,
Yeah.
so we'll
I think he's also the most behind in level because he's Ivan.
Yeah. Yeah, by this point in the game, you really don't need recovery items anymore. You're starting to really get a hold of
some of the spells that you need, and some
spells
of the...
that do the same stuff but better.
And you're also getting like quite a bit of actual money, like just from walking around and doing stuff. So it's pretty decent. There we go.
So you may be wondering about... Actually, we're going to sell game tickets as well.
We also should probably check and see if we can get the empty bottle. Because we sold.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be at the item shop, though.
Right. I just wanted to remind you.
Because we might need that for a side quest. I never do that side quest correctly.
That.
It's a rare empty bottle. You can buy game tickets.
Yep. If you
Why
sold
did
it,
you
you
ever
can
do
buy it.
Okay, I believe there's a gin here. So we're going to go get that.
I think there is.
I think I need to do some... No, that's in Tolby. You need to do that.
Puzzling about.
But I do need to do some platforming and moving. That's what I said.
Deal with it.
I
My
bet
goodness gravy. Yeah, I remember this place.
Yep. Pure excitement right here.
Yep. See, there's a gin right there.
And then we blocked this. The water will empty.
Do we have to fight this boy?
I forget. I don't think so. They don't really like to fight you when they're in towns.
Yeah.
Cover your ears.
At least now we should have the sound balance a little bit better.
Or at least the game should be quieter.
Yeah. We, looking over this is one of my least favorite tracks in the game, but I think it still has a pretty dope,
I like this track.
B section. I was saying something.
I wasn't really paying attention.
I know.
My usual.
I was saying something about what we were talking. Yeah, see, like the B section is dope. I hate the opening of it though. Oh gosh,
I don't think
dang.
we can get in there yet. I think we have to save Hammett in order to get in there.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Yep, there's a back way in.
Yeah.
And now we have to wander back through, but we gotta hear the B section again.
Hammett seems like a cool dude.
He is.
Yeah, we haven't run into any random battles. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's because there aren't any here. We didn't get here at the B section, but... So yeah, now we have all of our Jinn caught up with each other.
Man, I really wish I could remember what I was gonna say, because, like, I feel it was important.
Can't be that important. The Lord is away. Please be gone. We'll happily welcome visitors once he's returned.
It's me, guys.
Leave this to me.
Sup?
It is I. Please permit me to see Lady Lyanna. Who? Just recognize me? I'm Ivan, servant to Lord Hammett. Ivan?
Oh my gosh.
I didn't recognize you. You're so tan. I want you for
It is you. Yeah.
Really? I'm surprised it doesn't feel like it's been that long.
And my portrait's still the same.
That doesn't matter.
The thieves freed you.
Please tell us, will Lord Hammett be freed soon? Freed? Lord Hammett is a prisoner? You haven't heard? I can see we'll need to fill you in on everything. This is no.
Yeah, get wrecked.
Well, very well then. Why were you not with Lord Hammett? I remained
Vault.
in Vault to look for his
Okay,
stolen
that's
rock.
the name of it. I forgot, because Vale and Vault are so close together.
They are.
Just like Ivan and Isaac. I'm always confusing them.
Well,
Like, not confusing them, but I get the
saying the
names
wrong
wrong.
one.
Yeah. Okay, we got a report. Okay, yes. We're gonna explain. Yes.
no, I mean the day Lord Hammett went towards Lunpa.
Look how adorable Isaac is. Little bud.
Or,
He's a
Ivan.
sweetie. I mean Ivan. And then we
I
gotta do one
actually
of
thought that
these.
you meant Isaac, and I was just making a joke. But I see that I underestimate. I mean, I guess I overestimated you.
Yeah, you did. These two are pretty cool.
Which two?
Hammett and his wife.
They're pretty. Great.
They're pretty chill.
I thought Lord Hammett had been released from Lunpa too. We sent the ransom money they demanded, so he should return soon, right? What's been happening in Lunpa these days? The leader put it shit. Basically, the good guy thief gave it over to his son, who is a bad guy thief.
Yeah, it's
which
it's
is a very
just
Japanese trope.
Yeah, so I found out why that is, or at least I allegedly found out why that is.
Yakuza.
No, it's
Oh.
because one of the reading texts that you get in Japan, I think for your English class is what I heard, is Arsène Lupin. So, that's just a way more common trope because everyone is familiar with that source material.
Which is pretty much like the epitome of this kind of thing.
Yeah. So, the gentleman thief is, way more of a thing in Japan. And I love that trope. I wish it was more of a trope here, but, Nah, we can't help.
Well, look, we both know Hammett's life is in danger. Garrett thinks we can help. It's too dangerous. Fail, your lives will be in danger too.
Oh, yeah, because we haven't been in danger this whole time.
Not really. I'm not really doing anything. You're not good at lying.
Wrecked.
What will happen to Lord Hammett?
They won't kill him.
They won't kill him. We'll wait for another message. I can't leave like this. I'll be fine, Ivan. Hammett want to distract you from whatever you're doing.
It all sounds like it's not a secret no more. Whoa.
A Jupiter adept? Yeah, I'm from there.
Then the prophecy was true. Wow. Wonder who told you that. Huh. Yeah. So, he met Ivan's mom. And I think Master Hama's... I think if I remember correctly...
No, they were wooden.
Business advice. Because it's from, the futureness, so he was able to, like, trade the stock market and say, you know,
He was advised
indoor
to buy
plumbing,
silk
it's
in
gonna
Cheyenne
be
and sell it in Tolby. See anything sell so well, it's like a dream come true. That's where he picked up his knack. Then you can promise anything in return. Something you'll need on your journey. Yeah, Hammett to use the shaman's art to obtain it. He looked for this object wherever he went, but he could never find it. And that'll come into play in the second game, which we won't be playing. Probably.
Probably not.
I don't know it nearly as well, so it would be much longer and more boring.
Okay. And we were like, man. That's why he took you with him.
In the north. So that must be why you left the wrong mark here. But then, you mustn't blame yourself.
Mia's cool.
That's why Lord Hammett is being held in Lunpa.
It wasn't your
Just
fault.
do
It
your
got
thing.
stolen.
Don't blame yourself. What about Hammett? I'll handle it. Don't forget the soldiers of Kalay. Continue on your journey and don't worry about Hammett. No, don't apologize. Shaman's Rod will help us find that thing we need for our quest, right? Yeah. What's wrong with you, Isaac? Did you forget why we're here? If we need it for our quest, we'll have to find it sooner or later.
Yeah, there is a lot of talking in this game, but it tends to be RPG.
Yeah, it tends to be broken up pretty well aside from the really long intro.
And again, that's mostly Kraden's fault. Worst character.
At the very least, Kraden is the least interesting character that does a lot of talking in the intro.
He talks so much.
I think I just have to try to leave town. And those guys will be on their way at this point. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
This
is music.
This is the battle arena, where you can use your GBA link cables to link up to other players and fight their teams. Or you can just go on an endless fight against as many monsters as you can in a run.
And that was all I could ever do.
With limited
I was
healing.
the only one who had a Game Boy.
And we didn't really have link cables.
We
and no one had
definitely
this
didn't
game.
have link cables.
Just forget about it. We'll move along. Alright, hurry up and start counting. Do, 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 do.
One, two, three, four. We only have 4 passengers. 8 signed up. Oh.
A short one person. Now, where could he be? I forget how you get to Crossbone Isle early. We might end up going because I think you can get as far as the Djinn the first time you visit.
Yeah, I think you can.
There's a guide somewhere that tells us how, but we might just do whatever. We paid good money this cruise to see Colosso. We have to decide if we're entering Colosso once we reach Tolby. Right when we're leaving, they tell us we have to ride a boat. I can't stand boats. If I had known, I never would have come. It's just a shame a man like you can't ride on a boat at Ranos. That's it. We can't wait any longer. Can't wait? What do you mean? We all knew that anyone who was late would be left behind, right? Everyone understood that. Then what's the problem? We'll miss the boat if we wait any longer. Miss the boat? We can't let that happen. We've got a lot of money. We have to arrive before the carnival starts.
Yeah, so there's
Nothing
a huge event that
Called
everybody's
Colosso.
excited for.
It's where the strongest people in the world gather together and enter a tournament to see who's the strongest. And there's a lot of other stuff that goes on there too, because merchants come from all over because it's a big event. Wait for me. Old people. We love making fun of them. Now where did my tour group get off to? No, they wouldn't have left without me. Would they? Oh no, I'd better get moving.
Yeah, you had.
Fall down, old man. I like how it moves you, like, up and to the right from where you are. To show that, like, oh, you let them walk by.
You had to get out of the way, yeah. Hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
We need in.
No, we don't.
Oh.
That's the way back. From the other side of the ocean, I believe.
Oh.
But we should be able to head north.
Yeah.
And the bridge is
fixed. This bridge is fixed, so we can visit Vault and Vale. And we're gonna hit up the Mercury Lighthouse first. Oop, it's dead. So this is actually kind of cool because, again, the enemies don't scale. Like, it's a little annoying, but it's also kind of cool because you can see just how much you've grown. And also notice, like I said, that ring of gravestones. We have some synergy now that might, we should probably ring the bell first.
Yeah, we're gonna ring the bell first, because I believe you have to do that first.
Yeah, and I think it resets every time you leave the town.
It
also,
does.
This dog is great. Oh, no, wait. Reveal will not be enough in this situation. Because don't we have to have dig?
And you don't get that in this game, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
Scoop
I remember
is in the next
giving
game.
that dog a bone, though. Scoop is in the next game, but I think it's in this one, too.
No, I don't think that's how this works.
Okay.
I think you're mixing up this game and the next game.
Oh.
This is a mimic, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're correct. Let's fight it. Prepare to die, crab boy. It's kind of cool that he knows volcano now.
Yeah, we're starting to get into where these classes really start to, like, not be awful.
Yep.
They have, like, good synergy and decent stats and some really cool stuff. And after Colosso, we should be able to start getting into the ninja class, which is where we really start to break the game. Because the ninja class is pretty much made for the next game. It's end game.
Wow.
Which is why it's going to be really overpowered for us to have it now.
Nice. Cute. And boink.
It's probably pretty close to death, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a vial. Kind of useless. I feel like the mimics give better items in the second game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just because there are more good items.
Yeah, I do feel like that's one area where this game is not as good as the second game. But again, they're kind of two halves of the same game. It's just that I don't know, it's like a really fortunate thing that they got the chance, you know,
to finish their vision.
To, like, experiment with this one, but then, like, so they not only got to actually finish the game they wanted to make, but they got to really improve at making games between making the first half and the second half, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's a very, very different, like, it feels very interesting, like, when you play both halves, because the second one, yet again, has a lot of things in it that are, like, much better.
Yeah, like, especially, like, in terms of gameplay and in terms of polish, number 2 is definitely better. Like, it, again, quality of life is so much better. There's, like, a lot more conveniences. But it just has issues, you know? With, like, I don't care.
Yeah, it has issues in story and writing and characters.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
where
we just got the fan
I
race,
don't know.
which is going on Isaac because it increases attack.
I also feel like, though, it just, like, wasn't... In some ways, it kind of is different than what you expect, you know? So I think maybe if I come into it without any expectations, I would feel better about it, but...
When expectations are low, you can't be disappointed.
Exactly, as we learned in our own streaming experience.
Are you ready to cast Frost like 100 times?
You better be.
This is something that Dark Dawn did really well. They made it so that there's, like, a small area of effect that, like, a spell has. So, like, with Move, you don't have to be standing just, like, right next to or, like, one tile away from whatever you want to move. It has, like, a pretty small, like, reach around your character, so you can move stuff, like, around corners.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that's nice. There are, like, a couple different types of synergy that, like, interact differently. And that's where that game shines.
Yeah. there's like a lot of really great things about the second game. You know.
Well, I was talking about the third game.
Okay. Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Because it was a DS game. But anyway, back to my point. Every game has some really good quality of life stuff, but I feel that every game has also had a sharp drop in story quality.
And I mean, okay, this one is super tropey, but again, I hadn't really been this was my introduction to all those tropes. So, yeah, I definitely, when I was like 12, was making, you know, little comics with like my own original characters or whatever that were just from Golden Sun. They just were. Like, they were takeoffs on the things that I had seen in Golden Sun, you know?
Ooh, okay, so this is a puzzle that we're about to do. This puzzle is very rough. So basically what needs to happen is this torch that's lit needs to get up here, but if it gets dribbled on by one of these water drops that drop in these predetermined spots, it goes out. And it's very generous with how dribbly this water is, aka if you are even barely inside the tile, most of the time it's just going to say you got droppled on.
Oh, phew.
It was very scary for a second.
That was incredibly scary. So yeah, it's not really possible to like turn the corner with it.
Yeah, you have to go straight through each space. That's kind of the puzzle. And you have to time it correctly.
Yeah.
Does that good enough? Okay.
Yeah, made it.
And now it's just free range from here. So yeah, that can be very tough if you don't know how to do it. And every time that it gets put out, you have to leave the room. I also believe that I just did that for no reason.
Are we just under vault?
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot for a second. And see, like, these are ghost mages, so, like, there are tougher enemies down here because they know you shouldn't be able to get in
that you have to have
until...
reveal in order to get here. I'm sure that there's some sort of way to glitch in here. I'm not sure of that, but I bet there is.
Could be some sort of way to glitch in here. I don't know it.
I would be willing to bet money that maybe there is.
I'm 100% sure that they probably killed whoever.
I'm 100% certain that she probably killed her husband.
Exactly. I can't remember.
I think I need. I remember why I need to do that, because I need to do this. So this drains the water down to that lower level we saw before. And if you haven't done it right, then you need to do that puzzle because it floods the lower area, and you can't walk through. So if we were to go down. If we were to go down here all the way.
Nice.
I believe that just lowers defense if it hits and works. That's kind of the problem with spells in this game, or like statuses. They have to hit, and then they have a small chance of working, and then most of the things that you really want to use them on are immune. This is kind of from that era in RPGs where status effects are completely worthless. I feel like it kind of so like early on in the history of RPGs, status effects were insanely overpowered, and then they kind of swung to this very, very low point where they were completely underpowered, and I feel like we're starting to get to a point where they're a bit more balanced now.
Yeah. Like, I know they're kind of a big deal in, like, Pokemon and stuff.
Well, they're a big deal in Pokemon because they do other stuff besides just the status. Like, Poison hurts, like, a lot in Pokemon, but Burn also, like, it not only does it do a bit of damage over time, it also lowers your attack stat.
Oh, boy.
Look out.
The machine gun. So, are we... So, it's only by the point we get, like, 7 Jin that we can do ninja stuff?
It's gonna be a bit before that, I believe. In fact, I believe that, once we get... I think once we get the next layer of Jin, we might be able to go into our first set.
So, like, when everybody has 5?
Yeah, I might be able to make Garrett one now. No. He needs... I think maybe you need 6 gin to get into it.
Okay. There are 7 each.
Yeah, there are 7 each in this game, and then in the next game they make it so that every character gets, I believe, 9?
Yeah, 8 or 9.
I believe it's 9, because 9 would fill up the list entirely. There's about room for 2 more. And then there are 4 more party members, which we have discussed relatively frequently, and I'm not really a big fan of most of them.
Wait, can you just slide?
No.
Ah, dang. Okay.
Yeah, I went back out to see if I could, like, get out of here any other way, but we just gotta walk back through, and it's fine. And I believe casting the, like, evac spell just brings you to the exit you came in from.
Yeah. That's what I think, at least. And I don't really want to particularly find out, so...
I'd rather not find out at this point.
Ooh, cave trolls are tough. Oh, I forgot about gargoyles. Have we seen that enemy before?
Not yet.
Oh, that's what I thought.
So another reason that the Defender class shines at this point is because we're about to get to the, tournament section that they have in every RPG.
Well, in many RPGs, let's say that.
Okay, most RPGs. It's basically everyone's favorite part, let's be real.
It's such a good part of most RPGs. It's, like, really fun, and you, like, get to... Like, the only time I feel like it isn't the most fun part, like, I feel like the only time I've seen it and I've been like, oh, was in Final Fantasy X, which I played, like, the first few hours of, but, like, the Blitzball tournament. I actually really wanted to win it, and I was just bad, and there's not really a whole lot of opportunity.
To, like, practice it?
Yeah, like, I was so frustrated. Those QuickTime events are actually...
very hard?
Kind of difficult, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't played Final Fantasy X. They did a remake recently. We could play it for the channel.
Yeah, especially if we streamed it.
Yeah, it's like kind of a decently big game right now, so people might actually watch.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd have anything super...
Well, if we had chat, it would make our lives easier to stream with.
Yeah, but, like, what are the chances of us getting chat between now and then?
Better... Well, here's the thing. There's more chance that a person will randomly drop into a Final Fantasy X stream than someone will randomly drop into our Golden Sun from 2001 stream.
Yeah. I feel like Final Fantasy X is not from 2001, but it's from the 2000s.
Yeah, but the remake isn't.
Yeah. I'm also wondering, though, about how solid our ability to...
play it on this computer would be and stream it.
And stream, yeah, that's the thing.
Well, I think the big problem with our streaming ability right at the moment is our weirdly bad internet.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's honestly pretty good internet for just, like, casual use, but, like, it...
But it doesn't have the heavy-duty whatever you'd need to really get, like, a good stream.
So that up there was Lunpa.
Yeah, we haven't been in there because you can't go in there through the front gate. It's closed off. We have to go in through that cave there, but we don't... We do have the synergy to get in, but we can't really do anything in there.
Right, because, well, like, we have, there's other synergy that you need once you're in there, so.
Yeah, which we won't be able to get until after we do the tournament. But anyway, back to talking about the tournament.
Where are we going?
We're going to the Mercury Lighthouse. Back to talking about the tournament. I like the tournament in this game.
Oh, me too.
And this class is that Isaac is in is very good for it, because it has really good physical defense stats, and it's a healing class. So, like, look at Isaac's defense. He has 144 defense and 226 attack.
What's Garrett's?
Garrett has 136 and he has barely less attack.
So by default, generally Garrett has the most
Actually,
defense.
Isaac has the most defense, but Garrett has the most HP.
Oh,
which you can see here as well. But like, we're edging ahead a little earlier than we would be normally, right? So.
Yeah. This actually is a game that, okay, so because I'm a total weeb and I suck, I've been studying Japanese in my free time.
This is a game you want to play in Japanese?
And I know this game well enough that maybe I could actually play this in Japanese.
Well, yeah, it would be interesting to see, because you were talking about the translation being weird. But the big thing about this class is that it has healing.
Yes.
So it's very hard for Isaac to die, especially him being quite tanky and good at attacking. And since we know how to cheat the system, because, you know, we have Synergy and the other contestants do not.
Get wrecked.
Which is why we're allowed to enter the
Performance
tournament.
enhancing...
mental powers.
Yeah.
But basically...
Get wrecked, everyone who, like, actually practiced, like, a physical skill to get here.
I'm better than you, and I'm, like, 17. And you guys are all, like, in your 30s.
You've been training your whole lives for this.
And I walked in and didn't even know it was going to happen.
Although, to be fair, we did have to train a lot to get better at Synergy.
Yeah, we did. We trained for, like, 3 years.
Yeah.
And even before that,
we put up with freaking Kraden for 3 years.
Yeah, we had to work with Kraden for forever.
That alone is like training I wouldn't wish on anybody.
If you're wondering why I walked to the village back there, because I technically didn't have to go there, it's because I believe walking in there resets our, like, step counter for our next random battle. I'm not 100% certain about that, but I would be willing to say that it probably does. Because this game... So, if you don't know a lot about the GBA, you should know that the way it handles random numbers is very weird.
Yeah.
It basically generates a list of preset ones, and it'll have that list loaded up when you start the game. It's like a ridiculously long list.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the same every time. So you can actually, you can manipulate it. You can manipulate it consistently every single time.
Like, that's a thing in,
Fire Emblem speedrunning.
Yeah. What you do is, and I only learned this from you, but what you do is you move the arrow around because it uses random numbers to generate, like...
Where the pathing.
Yeah, is it, like, because if you go on a diagonal, it has to decide, do I go up and then right, or right and then up, because it doesn't matter. But it does matter. You can burn the random numbers off of the list by doing that until you get one you like better.
Here's the thing. So if you have like a high movement unit, and you like move their cursor a bunch of squares, and then you go up like one row, and then you turn back, you're technically still within their movement range, but you've used up more than their like allotted movement.
Yeah.
So the game has to figure out how it wants to get it there instead.
Yeah.
So I messed up. So what it does is it figures it out from there. And, I'm sorry, I'm not being very clear. I also don't want to fight a bunch of gnomes. It makes more sense. Check out someone who actually knows about that. That's a pretty cool thing to learn about. But this game, the way that you can manipulate random numbers is by using, like, move synergy.
Huh.
And since it brings up the hand, it burns random numbers, and you can know how many times you have to hit move every, like, whatever, just to not get into an encounter
every
that
step.
map.
Huh. Can you use that synergy on the map?
Move? Yeah.
Well, because you for sure can't use the shortcuts, but I didn't know you could.
Not on like the world map, but you can use it like I consider each of these like a map, right?
Right.
That's what it would be called in the game.
In the sense of like game design or whatever. Yeah. I think Isaac's color scheme is really good.
It is
because he's red, yellow, and blue.
Okay, can I just say that I want Isaac in Smash Bros. And he doesn't even have to be a swordie. I mean, look at us right here, not using a sword.
Well, and like the special thing about Isaac isn't really his sword; it's his magic.
That he's a mage. Like, I get it. We have Robin, who's kind of like a sword mage guy, but Isaac is so much more of a mage than a sword guy.
Well, and the synergy in this, like, synergy is such an interesting kind of magic. I personally.
Yeah, because it's got all sorts of like far-reaching effects. It's like very utility-based.
Yeah, it's mental. It's got a lot of utility. It's not based just around the elements. It's like, you can also do like telekinesis.
But like, it is based around the elements in that every spell has an element, even stuff like move. But like,
right, exactly, like the utility and stuff like that. I don't know. I think that's different than just summoning lightning. I think that's cool. It seems much more fundamental to like how the world works than like something special that you sort of reach out and grab.
Yeah.
That you can do like once. Does that make sense?
Yeah, or like you don't need some sort of like medium to do it with.
Right. Like you don't use like tomes or like some other weapon. It's
staff,
like your mind doing it, which is really cool.
Stuff like that, yeah. It's all like psychic power.
Yeah.
Which is like how Ness does stuff.
Yeah,
But this is a very different game from Earthbound.
Yeah, it's like, it's interesting because it almost has kind of a sci-fi element feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong one. I just felt like making it rain right there. And it needed to be a little colder, too. Why did I set reveal off? That was the worst mistake I ever made in my life.
Nice. Yeah. I also really like, I was looking back over the character art for this game when I was making our little
it's really good.
border, and it's kind of got like a nifty style to it. It's got a little bit of like scratchiness to it, but like the character designs themselves are kind of clean. I don't know, it's neat.
Boom, we did it. 2 treasure chests.
Nice.
Psi crystal, perfect. AKA money. And money, great.
Awesome.
It was all worth it.
It's all been worth it. Here we go.
Because this will take us to where we came in.
Nice.
I like how it doesn't put you like right by the door. It puts you like 1 or 2 steps away. So it can be like, oh, I want to go back into the dungeon, but I wanted to go back to the beginning, or like, oh, I like want to leave.
Mm-hmm. My gosh, the other day I was playing Ys, like the remakes of that. It's spelled Y-S. And boy, every time you walk like in and out of a door, it becomes kind of a roulette, because if you're still holding the button, sometimes you'll walk in the same direction that you would walk out the other way. So it's just real frustrating sometimes. There are just a couple areas where it happens, but it's so frustrating.
Well, okay, going back to the puzzle we were talking about earlier with the drips of water, it is possible to get it to move another direction, but you have to be very quick on your feet with move.
Yes, you gotta hit that button at the exact right time. It's key.
I also missed this, because we were near death.
Yes, and you were even nearer death when you actually made it to Emil. Man, we said we wouldn't be back here for a while, but like, wow, we came back here like pretty fast, I feel.
Well, yeah, that's because I'm blazing through this game.
Into your 50s. So yeah, we're doing some backtracking, but it'll be okay. We've got some new sign or two. We're probably gonna pick up another gin, I think, up here in Vale.
Well, yeah, back in Vale, but like we're nowhere near Vale right at the moment.
I just meant during this sort of backtracking sequence.
Yeah, I wanted to sell stuff. That's why I came in here.
Ah. Yeah, you do. Bramble seeds are actually pretty cool. They cast growth, kind of like how
basically, but not in like the puzzle solving sense.
Right.
I think they cast thorn.
Oh, that's what they do.
I wish there was a fast travel.
Yeah. This game would really benefit from it at a certain point.
Especially since we already have like a retreat thing. Just call it warp.
Yeah.
And then make it so that you can go to anywhere that you already have been.
Yeah. I do feel like, again, that's something that in the second game you get a little bit more leeway with.
I believe that you do. Well, when you're in the ship and flying around, you can't run into random battles, which is nice.
And I think you can also... So if you look at sort of the wide view of your map, you can click a town, and I'm pretty sure you can fly there with your ship. I
forget whether that's a thing, because I haven't played the flying part of that game in forever.
Can you do that? Click for me real quick. Yeah, there. Like, click Vale. Okay, yeah, nothing happens.
Well, yeah,
I always thought it was weird that at a certain point you couldn't just click and go there. Because it's like, I know that I can get through this dungeon, and it's not like I haven't done it before. You're just being
I think it's to avoid going across the ocean and then teleporting back and breaking things.
Yeah. Like, I understand now that there are reasons for it, but as a kid I was like, man, I wish I could just do that. Well,
here's the thing. With a remake at this point, we would be able to get stuff like that.
Exactly.
Because it would just give you, like, an item that allows you to do that you can't get until very late in the game.
You know what I think is kind of odd?
What?
So, the Mimic its sprite is all big, but there's not a small one of it. Does that make any sense? You never see like a small version of the Mimic sprite.
Why? Is that weird?
Because why didn't they just make it the size that it should be? Like,
I think that it's just perspective.
Well, but okay, the gargoyles and the harpies and things like that, they're the correct size. Does that make any sense at all?
Well, I mean, it only makes sense in that we don't know what size they would be on the world map.
But the Mimic sort of looks like it was originally designed to be a smaller sprite, more like along the lines of a rat or rat soldier.
Or a treasure chest.
Yeah, so...
They just took the treasure chest model, blew it up really big, and then, like, modified it.
Did they model a treasure chest?
Yeah, on the overworld.
You always see them from a straight-on perspective. I'm not sure that they did model them. Because those...
Well,
I don't know,
what you
maybe
do. You just take the sprite that you have of the treasure chest, you turn it, you add a little bit.
I don't know. It just makes me wonder if originally it was a different size. This is going to lead us to Lunpa.
Well, yeah, but we're kind of heading back this way. It doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah. Whoa. Get out of here, Wormin. Yeah, like I wonder if the Mimic wasn't originally supposed to be more that size than the size it ended up being.
Who knows?
But that's
not us.
All speculation.
I'm also gonna buy a Water of Life just in case that's what we need.
Hey guys.
I have like 1 billion gold anyway, and I can just sell it back to them.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey fellas. Also, even though the like specials or deals or whatever will be available to you at every town you go to, if we try to buy equipment at Vale,
it'll still be the garbage.
It'll still be just like the cotton and stuff that it was before. So there's not really any point in going back to shop anywhere. It's just, well, we're cleaning up the town.
Well, there's a cave in one of these. I'm fairly certain. I think it's that one in the top left of the screen currently.
Yeah.
This is the jam of a track.
I really do like this track a lot. Yeah, you can see the little door.
And this isn't going to be terribly great because we could have come back here earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, it's powered right. That's actually good.
Yeah, not bad.
We're giving it to Isaac.
Because of course we are.
Well, because Isaac's pretty much the only one who has to do combat on his own from here on out. So why not give it to him? Like, that's pretty much always the main character is the best character anyway.
Yeah.
It's very rare that the main character isn't the best character in a JRPG.
Mm-hmm. I feel like in many RPGs.
Well, okay, I would say that, except every main character in Fire Emblem is, like, pretty garbage.
Really?
Pretty much.
What about Dimitri?
Well, he doesn't count.
The lords aren't always kind of OP?
No, they're usually awful. Footlocked, one-range sword classes.
Well, that's true.
And then you have, like, cavaliers with, 7 or 8 or 9 move.
Where are you going?
I went the long way. Basically, cavaliers are insanely overpowered in the majority of games.
She still hasn't been able to fix the roof.
Because she got sick, Ed.
Poor baby. Is it time to eat? No, Mom, it's me.
No? Then who? Hey, Mom.
Hey, what's up?
You completed your mission? No. But I heard you were sick.
Correct. What promise? Which one?
The one that I wouldn't come back.
No, I didn't promise that. No. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't, but...
Oh, yeah. That's the cough of tuberculosis.
That's the cough of sad orphan disease.
Yeah, exactly.
Except you're not an orphan.
And boom.
Well, I guess I technically don't know that about you. Mom, take my medicine. It's time for my medicine. Take it.
Yeah, see... Yeah, she's just lying down. Oh, that's sad.
Maybe it's this.
Nice. I think that is it, actually.
No.
Nah.
We're gonna try it one more time now that I know that we're really in position.
Yeah, like for sure. This time for sure.
Well, we gave it our best effort. We'll go talk to some other people and see if that changes it.
Yeah.
And maybe we have to do it later. And maybe this is just a thing I'm making up because I'm remembering it falsely.
Yeah, maybe it's like...
Hey, kid.
Sup?
Of dubious gender. I think it's a little brother.
Oh, I always thought it was a little sister.
Well, he has an older sister.
He does, but...
But they said you might never come back.
Yeah, well, they're
And
dumb.
it still seems like you're not back for good, like you're just visiting.
Correct.
Really? Is that what it seems like? Yeah, you and your friends, you all look like you're about to leave.
We are.
Smarter than you look. Have to shape up while you're gone, right? If not... Hey, the family will fine as long as you're here. Am I right or what? I want to say this.
Do what you want, man.
Hey, you're not helping here.
We're so...
Whatever you do, you must protect the family while I'm gone. Alright, I'm counting on you. Don't push yourself too hard, okay?
I guess maybe
to me, that seems
brother.
like the older brother to little brother talk.
Hey
A
guys.
little cutscene here. Do.
Slowly pan.
I like how many unique portraits there are for kind of small characters.
Hey.
Like Garrett's dad and mom.
I'm not sure that, like, you ever have to talk to Garrett's mom or dad.
Yeah.
Ever.
I think that even sometimes when they have lines of dialogue in the story, they don't use the portrait.
Really? That's so wild. Oh, hi, hon.
Shouldn't we look for Garrett? Why? Isaac still doesn't know about Dora, right? Someone should tell him. Oof. You miss Garrett, don't you? You're looking for an excuse to find him. What? No, I just...
Well, maybe a little. Oh, hi. She has a heart attack.
Grandma, what's the matter? Are you choking?
Yes.
It's Garrett.
Yay.
She must miss Garrett, too.
No, it's really Garrett. Oh my gosh. Like, there's lots of really good things in this game that are like...
Mom, Dad, I'm home.
I'm here. I'm visiting.
What, Garrett? Oh, Garrett. Grandpa, I'm home. Yes. Did you complete
Not yet.
mission for the -1? No. Not yet. Well, I'm glad you're home, even if it's just for a little while. You're leaving again soon, aren't you?
Yes. Like, chill.
I'm just glad to see you're doing well.
We just thought
That's
we'd drop
right.
in, okay?
They're just sad to see he has to go. Let me introduce you to my new friends.
This is Ivan and Mia.
I'm Ivan. Pleased to meet you.
I see you picked up a girl, Garrett.
I am Mia from Imo. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Please look after young Garrett for us.
Young Garrett.
Well, enough chit-chat. Relax and enjoy your stay here.
Yeah, and note how they have, like, a real big house. I don't know.
That Ivan seems to be a smart boy.
I wish you could be more like Ivan Garrett. Everyone's so mean to him.
Mia's such a nice girl. I wonder who Garrett likes more.
Mia or Jenna? I always thought that was an interesting question. Yes.
Dora told us not to worry. That it's just a fever. Don't worry too much, Isaac. Oh, I didn't mean to say yes again. No. You didn't hear? But you look concerned. We'll be looking after your mother, so don't worry. I hope you didn't get sick during your travels. Garrett always eats too much. He always makes his mother worry. Isaac, check the jar. I want to make sure I check this one and this one.
Yeah, so, like, we could be doing that all the time, but usually there's nothing
like
in there.
7 coins and stuff like that. It's like no
I feel
money.
like there are, like... Well, and at the beginning of the game it can be a better source, but yeah.
We're gonna have this for a little bit, because I believe we can actually learn some important stuff here. I could go with you if I were a little older. It's not fair. That's totally a guy.
Yeah.
his new friends are also polite. I'm very happy to see that.
See, like, this is what the game would be like if you played it.
Must be nice to be young and gallivant about with lovely girls. Thanks, Grandpa.
Nice. But yeah, this is mostly...
Too smart talking about Dora without checking for Isaac. I wish we could tell him the truth.
Yeah.
Garrett seems to have grown up a bit on this difficult journey.
So, like, this is what the game is like when you play it for real. If that makes any sense.
When you're someone who wants to experience everything for the first time, this is what you do.
Yeah. A normal playthrough is kind of like this. Yeah.
Kyle, watch out. The boulder. That's so sad.
She's even to see a dream.
I'm gonna pretend this works.
Yeah, I think actually, like, this is just like stage 2, and then like we'll get to stage 3, and then we'll be able to use the water of life on her.
Yeah, I think
that's how this works.
Not the water of life, but the Hermes water.
The Hermes water, that's what I meant.
I think maybe after the second desert we can come back here and do that.
Yeah, I think so.
It's nice to check in on them now. Also, there's some unique dialogue for staying at the end, so we're gonna do that.
That's fun.
They have a lot more items in jars early on in the game because you need herbs and like small amounts of coins and stuff more early on.
Here we go. Hey, buddies. I'm rich. Compared to y'all.
Welcome to our inn. Save coins for a room. Please enjoy your stay. So if we talk to her from the other side of the counter, we'll get some unique dialogue stuff.
Yeah, there's so much good stuff in this game.
I feel like this is, like, in that case, you're more than welcome. I want the other one. That's better. You've come all the way back. Now go on home. Well, if it isn't Isaac, you've grown up so much I almost didn't recognize you. Yeah, I actually never thought about that.
I think a lot of these people... Yeah, actually, yeah. Because everyone here is an adept, I believe.
You must be exhausted. Almost all of them. I wonder if Isaac will continue his journey. It must be quite difficult. Vale will never change, so you can come home whenever you like. Aren't you glad to see the village hasn't changed? It's rude not to introduce yourself to the town's mayor.
So
well,
yeah.
I don't think I've talked to a single mayor in this entire game thus far.
Did you have to do a cutscene with Isaac when you got the shaman's rod back for Isaac?
Well, yeah, but that's like after I've helped the town. I didn't like go introduce myself first thing.
Yeah.
I wish I could make friends.
I want to go.
Come back, Isaac. It's good to have you home. I guess they aren't that much younger than us.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Oh, it's you.
We were that size and like...
They all won't be very quiet anymore, but I'm glad to see you. Your mother, Dora, will be too. No, she rejected my love for her.
I wish I could learn the secret to making good weapons.
Guess the rumor was true. You're gonna tell us the great tales from your journeys? Isaac, when did you come back? After the way you left, I thought I might never see you again. Very happy to see you.
Aww.
What happened to Jen? Haven't you found her yet?
Okay. Alright. Okay.
Oh, what's this? Is this the item shop? Wow, it's gonna be years before I'm grown up. But Isaac's back already. Oh, you're just visiting. You got me surprised.
What?
I promised I'd become a great blacksmith before Isaac came back in. It's a man's promise, then I have to keep it. Oh, what happened? Why are you walking around with some girl who's not Jenna?
Yeah, Mia's great.
Mia's amazing.
I love Mia.
I kind of ship her and Isaac, so there's that. Unfortunately, that is not the canon pairing.
I always thought she and Garrett would be cute together, but...
Well, that's because you're a psychopath.
Yep. Joel and I don't agree on very many ships.
Like none. I think that we don't agree on a single one.
Yeah. Mia's so fabulous.
Mia's amazing. She's a good person, which is like the thing I like about her the most. Here we are back at Kalay.
Garrett's a good person too.
Who?
Garrett.
Garrett's a good person too, but not.
But he's
I was talking about Mia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, never mind.
Incredible. So this is the ocean Creighton was talking about.
Yeah, it's cool.
No.
It's not.
The Caragol is surrounded by land, so technically it's not a real ocean. A true ocean is totally open. What? But this looks just the way Creighton described it.
And boy, did that guy describe a lot of things to
Someday
me.
I want to see a real ocean, Isaac.
We will. Don't worry about it.
So we'll show you this. There's a djinn on the other side, but we can't get to it yet.
They will clear that landslide eventually.
No, they won't.
Oh, no, they don't.
But we can get to the other side of it at some point. Let's see, there are 4 of you, so I've got 600 coins, okay? Alright then, please take your ticket. I like how they just know you're gonna have like $1 billion.
Wait, there are 3 of us?
4 of us. Did I say 3?
Did she say 3?
No.
Okay.
Slip road is blocked, so the ship is pretty full today. The second best part of every RPG, the ship segment.
Yep.
Soon Colossal will start without us. Will you accept full responsibility for whatever? And
Us being late to Colosso?
wonder what could have happened. Well, you mean you still intend to cross this dangerous sea? It'd be too big a loss to let so many passengers get away. Say, Kaha. How are the oarsmen doing?
always thought it was just Kaja.
I'm
They're
trying
fearless,
to
there's
make
no
it
problem
seem like
there.
I'm a more cultured person, Madeline, and you're
He's
just
Hispanic?
ruining. Yeah, clearly. I mean, look at that man. He's clearly Hispanic, as you can tell from his.
Also, they use a lot of K's in Spanish.
They're fearless. There's no problem here. It's just that. What? A whole bunch of them appear while we're crossing the sea. I won't be able to handle them alone. I'm sorry, but you'll have to. I just can't let anyone else fight but you. Remember, the oarsmen will have their hands full rowing. They can't fight. There's nothing we can do. Let's set sail. What are you talking about? If we set sail now, we'll never make it to Tully. We'll be fine. We have a protective amulet. Amulet, you say? You mean that little anchor charm? The little anchor has always protected us from danger.
Uh-huh.
Captain, get a hold of yourself. That's just foolish superstition. Okay, can I just say that all sailors are very superstitious, pretty much? It's just kind of like a lot of sailing is about ritual.
Yeah.
Not if I have anything to say about it. And now we're gonna go take care of the side quest before it really begins. I didn't do anything. Really, I mean it. How to act suspicious.
I love the stupid chef. I love him so much.
Most of the people going to Colossus set out a long time ago. I got the anchor charm.
This section also has just like real good music, as it usually does. See, after I beat this, we ended up getting I think it was after this.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting the Sega Smash Pack, which was a CD-ROM that had like 6
high
Sega
quality
Genesis
ports
games on it. So it had like
Shining Force, Comic
Tweety.
Zone, Tweety,
whatever that's called with the bird.
with the bird that rescues chicks.
Yeah, from Cats. Kid Chameleon. But yeah, Shining Force was the one I was going to do last because that was the one that was relevant to this. Because later on, and I was a dumb kid. So yeah, Shining Force has a ship segment, but
These are made by the same people.
so some of the same developers who worked on this worked on Shining Force, which I thought was really cool because I really liked Shining Force as well when I first played it. That was the other sort of introduction I had to JRPG tropes.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's also very cult classic-y. We played a lot of kind of smaller stuff when we were kids. I feel like the biggest mainstream things that we played together as a family were like Mario and Zelda.
Mario. Yep.
But like we were always more of a Zelda type of family than a Mario because none of us were good at platformers, and I'm still bad at them to this day pretty much. Like I'm better at 3D ones, but 2D ones, like I'm so bad at them.
I honestly am kind of proud of myself for getting as far as we did in Claw without cheats.
Yeah, we did get... Well, Claw is, like, unfair because that game is ridiculous.
It's so hard.
It's, like, unfair.
Like, it's in part just because of... Okay, so
It's
Claw is a game that I think is so due for a remake.
Furries.
Yes. So, by furries, for furries, about furries, whatever.
Not really.
Not really. But, like... It has an anthropomorphic cat pirate who fights anthropomorphic dogs. who are the
Armadas.
Cocker Spaniards. So the Spanish Armada is Cocker Spaniels. Like, what the heck? That's great.
It's full of amazing puns.
Yes, and it's totally ripe for a remake because everyone loves anthropomorphic animals now, basically.
With the furries being as big as they are.
Right. And, like, nowadays the tiling would be better, so one of the hardest things about Claw
was telling which tiles were
can't tell where the actual edge of the platform is because it doesn't exactly match up with where the edge of the art is.
Yeah.
Right? And that is a problem that Claw has because it's kind of trying to do perspective. So, like, a lot of the platforms
have
are
a
kind of,
slight
like, oddly isometrically diagonal. And
but it's, like, very slight. It's not, like, full ISO.
Yeah. And it's only certain platforms. So when you step on a platform, like, the edge is kind of hard to tell where it is. And it'll look like, oh, I could stand on this. But really, you're jumping toward, like, the center of the platform, like, from front to back, rather than, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's a game that, like, has a lot of hard platforming in it, where it's also
very difficult platforming. Your jumps aren't, like, really high and good and satisfying.
They aren't like Mario jumps or Sonic jumps.
Yep.
They're much more, like, they're, like, floaty, but, like, they've got, like, kind of a longish arc to them because you kind of jump up and stay in the air for a while, but you don't go very high.
Yeah.
It's not a very vertical game. It's much more about going left and right.
Yeah. Yeah. And, but, like, there is a lot of verticality to the game, but you can't jump that high. I don't know. It's a difficult game. There's a lot of just very difficult enemies and platforming. So, yeah. But we got all the way... I think we did actually beat level 13 without cheats, and then we got to level 14, and it was just impossible.
How many levels are there? Like
14.
15? 14? Yeah, that game is insanely hard. It has some really good cheat
We got
codes,
to the
though.
volcano. I might be forgetting whatever, because okay, so you're looking for the... We're sitting here talking about Claw while we're playing Golden Sun, but you're looking for the 9 lives amulet gems, which you would think that you would have 9 gems that you're looking for.
13
but it
in
comes,
the centerpiece.
Yeah, but it comes with, like, a few already, and you get 1 gem every 2 levels. So you end up getting, like 6
7
gems or whatever. There's, like, some sailor who has, like, 3 of them or whatever. I don't know. It's just, like, a real...
You don't actually get them at, like, a really, like...
Yeah.
Mario-ish pace, 1 at the end of every level.
Right, exactly. You know, you get 1 every 2 levels. And you also get these really fabulous animated cutscenes, which, like...
Are for furries.
Yeah, it's... Yeah. Seriously, go look it up. Also, it was made by Monolith. Not the Monolith who made Xenoblade Chronicles, but the Monolith who made Shadow of Mordor. So, like, get on it, somebody. Like, this is the perfect time to reintroduce it, put it on Switch, whatever.
Yeah, put it just on PC. Cheap port.
Yeah, exactly. Re-release it, it'll be great. Somebody get on that. It has a cult following. Look it up.
Yeah. But anyway, back to our discussion before that. We didn't play a lot of, like, the bigger games. We weren't, like, into Final Fantasy.
Well, we just didn't have a way to play them because we didn't have a PS2.
We had... So, when our first console was the GBA.
Like,
really. Console. It was our first real gaming device.
Yeah. Like, we didn't have a Game Boy Color or a Game Boy Advance, even though...
Well,
like, we didn't have a Game Boy Color or a plain old Game Boy. We didn't have an NES. We didn't have a Super NES. Even though I was alive at the time.
We
did not have an N64.
I think we, like, rented one from, like, a video store at one point.
Yeah, we did. We actually rented an N64 while we lived in New Zealand so that we could play Ocarina of Time.
Oh, Ocarina of Time. Okay. I thought it was Mario 64. I think we probably also played that at some point, even if we just rented it.
See, and I would always go over to other people's houses and they would be playing Banjo, Mario 64, and Spyro.
Mm-hmm.
We did get a PlayStation 1 eventually, because when the PS2 was out, the PS1 was
so
less
cheap.
Expensive, especially if you could find it used and working, which we did
a lot of them were.
a couple times.
Well, actually, the biggest problem we have with keeping our PlayStation 1 connected is the, like, cord that goes into the back of it. It needs to have a very specific shape, and most cords aren't made to be that shape anymore because it has a little notch in it. So actually, a couple times we have put together something that you shouldn't do at home, kids. We cut sections out of the rubbering around the cord so that we could shove it into our PlayStation.
That's a cool shot.
It is. Monsters sighted.
Yeah, this is a really exciting part of the game. Sorry we're talking over it with just like weird
Aye, Captain,
stupidity.
sea monsters. Captain, turn the rudder hard to starboard. Alright, I'm turning.
How come we need oarsmen if we also have, like, huge sails?
Do you not know how ships work?
But I feel like the ones with, like, really big sails tended to have... Okay, whatever.
So, the reason you will have an oarsman is so that you don't have to use your sails. But sails are faster than oarsmen are.
Well,
when
I guess
the wind
if the
is
wind's...
with you.
Right, yeah. And I guess at this point they haven't invented the, I don't know, the caravel, what was it called? There was some thing that God invented that made, like, the quote-unquote age of exploration or whatever possible, where the sails could turn at a
couple different angles.
Than the ship was going straight, you know?
Yeah.
So you can
also,
still get the
check
power.
out this unique background sprite.
Yeah, it's very
with
cool. I don't think you ever get to use it again.
Yeah, because this is the only time in the game where you're on a ship with other sailors.
Man, that's impressive. It's also kind of interesting because, again, they definitely used a 3D model for those sailors. Those sailors are 3D models.
Looks like you took care of the sea monsters. We're missing an oarsman.
Oh no.
He's fine.
So, this is also a fun part of this segment. I really like this.
You gotta pick which people you want to row the boat in place of the oarsman. Hop to it.
And it's also extra funny if you put on mind read because, like...
They have different little whatevers.
Yeah.
To say, okay, old man, where are you? There
on
you
the
are.
Left. Yep. Yep.
You'll regret this when I collapse from exhaustion or something.
It's so good.
We're making all of the least capable people do this because we're a psychopath. And you brought an oarsman with you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to row for us. Alright,
that is
take
the
your
same
place.
cutscene that plays for every single one of them. There's no, like, unique dialogue where he's like, really, you? You know?
Yeah, that's something that I think they would change in a remake. They would add more little unique dialogues here and there. And that's something that I always appreciate about a good game.
Look how cool that is. I think you can actually climb up there.
Yeah, we already went up there to get the lucky anchor down.
Yeah. Oh, lucky anchor. There's another great game.
Rusty anchor, thank you very much.
I know, I was adapting it.
You're not allowed to adapt on this channel. That's why we don't have anyone who watches us.
Oh, also it's kind of funny, but, like, depending on how good they are at rowing, you can actually see, like, how in time they are with the other, like, oarsmen. It's really cool.
Seagulls.
Stop it.
Ah, monsters.
Oh no, the most basic bat enemy of
all.
all.
Well, no, the reskin of them, actually, is what we're gonna find out when they get down here. Arrgh.
You know, maybe we should just stand at the top of the stairs. Did we ever think of that?
I said,
the
yes,
old guy
old
is
man.
just, like, terrified.
Cower in fear. I don't care what happens now, I just want to quit rowing.
Well, too bad. You've got 8 more segments to go.
It's only, like, 3 more.
Whatever.
Because we only replaced half of the oarsmen.
I forgot. I didn't remember that. I do know you have to replace a ton of them, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty long segment. Oh, there was a stir. That's weird.
I think there's also a few that, they take out 2. Is that the case or no?
No.
Okay.
I distinctly remember that you only replace half of the oarsmen.
Nice. Get out of here, lizard fighter.
Hey, are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. This is the same every time. Basically. I think maybe he's like another instead of...
Yeah, let's see. There's no way around it. I think
it's the
that might
exact
be a
same.
little different. Or...
Nope, it's the exact same.
But they had to make
let's
so
see.
many unique
The lady, the young girl, the
cook,
chef. We can
the
get this guy to do it.
dreadlocks guy, who is definitely a demon.
He's not.
He's not. But...
He's not even like a bandit. I believe he does use like the same sprite as the bandits that we fought in Vault.
I think
we can make the tour guides do it.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna get the young girl and the chef.
I thought you would do that. The chef is actually a really good rower.
Yep. What? I don't believe this. You're evil. A monster. I won't forget this. Oh, I should have chosen a strong rower. I think that's how it works. You put strong rowers on the right and weak rowers on the left.
Really?
Yeah, is how you get to Crossbone Isle early.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it
cool.
makes it turn the boat, because they're rowing better, and then the people on the left aren't doing as good a job, so it turns the boat slightly to the right. Preparations ready.
I also feel like I remember in multiple, like in trying to play this game a couple times, I did find that putting stronger rowers on made it take less long and be fewer cycles, but that might be
No, you're making that up.
I am making that up. Okay.
It's the same number every time, but it's fun to make people row who shouldn't have to.
Yeah. Oh gosh, you're so evil.
It's fun to be evil in video games, because I don't do it in real life. Oh no! We're probably going to wrap up after we get done with the ship, because I think it's this one, another one, and then the boss.
Yeah, yep. Okay. What does the girl have to say?
Whatever.
You torture people and then you don't even...
bother to get their opinion on it.
Yeah. This is for posterity, so please... be honest. I also checked and apparently, like, our singing was actually pretty in sync, so that was good.
Just like a boy band.
I was afraid you would make that joke.
Then why'd you roll your eyes so viciously at me after I made it?
You were expecting it. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, oh no. I hoped you wouldn't. I thought you had standards.
You have no right to lecture me on having standards for jokes.
But you pretend to have standards, and I don't.
You don't pretend to have anything. You don't even pretend to have common sense.
Correct, but you roll your eyes at me all the time.
No, you're fine, man. Get wrecked.
The chef is, I think, again, a pretty good rower.
We're probably going to put the chef on next.
Yeah.
Alright, take your place. I like how no one is happy about having to do this.
Isaac is like, I ain't sexist. Get in there.
Go break those gender stereotypes. Show the world what you can do.
Yes, I've always wanted to do manual labor and row. I'm so glad I get to be a part of this. What were we talking about? Like,
things that were going to lead us on 8,000-year tangents. Okay, so we have the boss, and then we pick another rower.
Right.
That's what it is. I gave us an extra one. Isaac, up on deck.
Yeah, see, look, they're rowing so slowly compared to that guy who's an actual rower.
If we don't do something, we'll sink. You have to help us.
Okay, here we go.
If the ship sinks, everything we've done will mean nothing. Let's go bag us some sea monsters. Thanks, Garrett.
Boom.
We're all good. Oof. Time to synergy this Kraken.
This is such a good boss.
It is a good boss. This is one of the harder bosses in the... It's like another kind of sharp difficulty, whatever, if you're not expecting it.
Yeah. Difficulty, whatever.
Yeah. What
That's
do you
my favorite.
Come on. You know
you don't want to use fire on him?
We're actually going to use Jin. This is the first boss where using summons really makes a difference, because you have 4 of a type, so you get to do the most powerful summon.
Right. And after that, you can't summon anything better with more
Jin,
than 4.
That's something the second game does better as well. They give you more summons.
I think in this game, though, you can get a couple of combo summons.
No.
Can you? No.
They're all in the next game.
Okay. Dang. Owie.
Yep, see?
Yep. Multiple
Double turn.
turns. Yeah. This is... Yeah, I like, totally have fond memories of this part. Boom.
Yeah, see how powerful Planet Diver is even this far in?
Yeah.
We've had it for like 3 dungeons now. Most Synergy kind of tends to fall off in the mono element classes, and you just use the most powerful version of it.
Yep. But it does look nice to have kind of a long spell list.
It does feel nice to have like 3 pages of spells. Man, this thing's slow. It's slower than Isaac. And Isaac's our slowest character by far.
You weren't over leveled for this part, are you?
Maybe a little bit. But I don't think so.
Yeah. Stun is so good in this game. I love its little, like, how the eyes, like
star eye equivalent.
Yeah, get, like, cartoony.
Ow. Okay, and then it heals itself. That healed less than Garrett does in a single turn.
Nice.
We're gonna apply well Ivan. Actually, no, we're not, because he's gonna go... No, he's gonna go before the squid.
Yes, he is.
Now we're gonna wish again.
Just cause we can.
Because I think it's gonna make the difference between... It's just a safety precaution for Ivan. The thing about Ivan is you see how low his HP is now that he's been using Jin. He has barely 100 health. And if... Okay, he's casting Ply again. Yet again, heals about half of what Garrett does in a single turn. And he's going to do even more than that this turn. We're going to apply Ivan, summon Meteor, and we're going to cast... we're going to try this because why not?
Yeah, may as well.
Wish. Wish is like incredibly overpowered.
Oh man, we skipped it. Meteor's probably the most boring of the final
but look at
summons.
how much damage it did. It did 737.
Yeah, so if you play like I do, where you're kind of mono element and you focus a lot on summoning, you're gonna get to see all these animations like 8,000 times. But they are really cool the first time.
They're really cool kind of multiple times.
Like, I remember I refused to ever skip the final Earth summon because I just thought it was so cool. I basically didn't skip it until right near the very end of the game.
Well, yeah, the final boss of this game is actually kind of rough. Because it's multiple stages.
Yes. As many final bosses are.
Man, I'm surprised it's not dead yet. I think maybe one more turn. Because we've done so much damage to it.
Oop. I'm not sure it's casting anything. Well, it did have to attack. Yeah, it casts Froth.
Yeah.
That's one of its things. It can do.
We're just going to attack normally with Isaac this turn. Energy, and we're going to cast Wish.
Because of course we are. Boom.
It's just nice to have it.
I think the Kraken does have a lot of health. I think that's the one of the those like shocked eyes.
Ow. Oh right, I forgot I did it to Isaac, our absolute unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just gonna normal attack. No, we're gonna do cutting edge because it's probably it's gonna hit. Oh, that's kind of a bad thing that he's out of Synergy. So we're gonna go into.
Yeah, I think at this point let's
attack a foe and steal HP. He doesn't really need that.
I think at this point we go for the Earth summon.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
We're gonna start going for summons because we're kind of out. We've used up a lot of our Synergy, and now we're gonna go for summons.
And I definitely didn't understand as a kid just how much using Jin really takes down
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why Ivan died all the time in our first playthrough of this game.
Yeah, I think I probably could have avoided a lot of deaths if I just hadn't been so Jin happy.
Yeah, or if you'd just gone in with everything already, whatever, and just kind of hope you kill it in the first 2 turns.
Yeah. I did start to do that especially by the end of the game, I started to have a little bit of that. But I'm just real bad at optimizing things. We got this. We got this.
Okay. Smog. Yeah. And now Isaac's gonna heal us all.
Good job, Isaac.
Okay, no poison. The double hit. Wow, I'm glad that didn't poison her because she would have died.
Yep.
Restore party HP. I think that's gonna heal more than... He's also kind of low on, Sap. Scorch. Breeze.
Boom. Nice.
Nice. It's dead. Level 18 Ruffian.
Nice. You got some
Have
water
some
of
water
life.
of life.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
That's a CDI reference for all you good bots out there. That's what our fan base is just going to be called now.
Good bots?
The bots.
The bots.
What's up, bots?
Hey, bots.
Smash that like button.
Smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell.
I believe we have to pick another one. I'm going to pick the chef.
You jerk, what do you have against me?
You have a funny hat, that's what I have against you. And you're French.
Is he?
No.
I think he's... I think of him as being more Italian, but... He's actually pretty good at rowing. He doesn't just row super slow.
But yeah, that was our last battle. And if we land on the island... Which I don't think we're going to, because I think I messed it up. Ship score's clear. Alright, we're off. Row those oars!
Yeah, look how fast he's going compared to the others.
He's going the same speed as the other sailors.
As the other oarsmen. Land ho?
Pretty soon here.
Yeah, there we go. That kind
Land
of reminds me of
ho.
a loom with all the birds.
Hey, I can see land.
Hallelujah.
Looks like we made it. Yep.
That red and blue best friends thing.
We made it finally. We're lucky to be alive after all those attacks. Rowing this ship was more fun than I expected. I'm pretty buff now. I totally lost out. An ocean cruise and I didn't get to enjoy the view. Heh, get wrecked, idiot. You make an old man row the ship, then you try to beat him on shore? That's pretty pathetic. Get destroyed. Thanks for all your hard work. You should thank the passengers. They're the one who got to the rowing.
My efforts got the ship to shore? I'm pretty sure they didn't.
Well, they did, because everyone would have died.
But I'm pretty sure what got this ship to shore was those passengers rowing.
And now we can't take the boat anymore.
Yep.
Also, fun fact, the people who organized the trips decided to hire bodyguards because the people who were on the trip threatened them because they had to row. I'm gonna have to wander around a little bit to restore our synergy. PP. Do we recover it in towns? Do we have to run out to the world map real quick?
I think we recovered in towns. Just go stay at the inn in Tolby. Oh.
Here's what we'll do.
Do we have a side crystal?
No. No, we'll run around here for a little bit until Garrett gets... Or Isaac,
wait, we can
depending
just...
on who.
Oh, right.
No one else knows move.
Right.
High octane gameplay here.
Dun 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 dun.
I wanted to check if there were anything in any of these crates, because if there was, maybe it was going to be like a side crystal.
Yeah, anything in any of these.
I also feel like, okay, my big problem, I hate Sheba like a lot.
Well,
all worth
I've
it.
actually found some decent amounts of coins.
There are some pretty big stashes. Okay.
Do you have any items?
We're just gonna go stay at the end. It's gonna be faster than this.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the end's full.
Oh, I forgot.
Okay, we'll just wait until we have like 6 synergy points between the 2 of them. 1 more point for Isaac. Perfect.
Nice.
And I don't think it recovers when you're in towns.
Here we go. Gotta get back there.
I was gonna make a really dumb joke, but that was only vaguely related to what was happening on screen, so I'm not gonna make that joke.
Thank you.
We got a potion. It was all worth it, boys. But we're about to get to the best part of this game.
Yes.
The fountain in Tolby.
Yes. Should we show that off once and then take a break?
Yeah, we'll do it once. Do you want to test your luck at Tolby Spring? Really? Well then, I'll give you the chance to go first.
So if you don't know how the game works, the signs on either side will explain it to you.
Face away from Tolby Spring and toss a coin into it. If you get lucky, something good will happen. But you can also toss lucky medals. And get really lucky, you'll get a better prize than you would with a coin.
Yeah.
So we're gonna throw a coin first, just to see if I got the timing down.
Yeah. It kind of works like those, yeah, like those, yeah, see? It works, you know, at grocery stores or wherever,
like
they
those
have
little
those
charity
little things where you put it in and you can watch the quarter roll down or whatever.
Yeah, this
on
is
its
like
edge.
that.
This is like that.
The goal is to try to get into the center, and it'll
if you
always
hit a turtle or a crab or whatever,
you're
it
less
makes
likely
it harder.
to get in the middle. But we got one, and you get really freaking good equipment for doing this.
Yeah, you do. It's so cool.
Okay,
yeah,
so we got the spirit armor. So.
And some of the items you get from this, I never ever used, but
Resists all elements and has 10. By the way, we're basically going to put all the good equipment on Isaac because he's going to have to do some solo battling real soon. What I really want to get is the Assassin's Blade.
Right. So some of these I never used because they were cursed, though, is the thing.
There's only one copy of the thing that makes your cursed items not cursed.
Yes. So it's kind of, I don't know. To me, cursed items just never felt worth it.
Oh, please give me the Assassin's Blade. I might have to get it in the second ring.
The Earth Shield was really good, if I remember correctly.
It'll lower my attack a little bit, which I think...
You can use it, though, to restore 150 HP.
We're gonna give it to Garrett.
Nice.
There we go. Okay, and our last lucky medal. I wish you could buy these, like, honestly. I get it that it would be super overpowered if you could buy, like, a ton of them. But this is honestly really fun for me. Yeah. And also, I really like the items that you get. Okay, this is gonna hit a turtle, but we're just gonna roll.
We're gonna pray. Oh.
Oh, it hit a crab.
Oh.
Okay, so it landed there. I don't know whether that counts as second or third circle.
Yeah, it's gonna give us something dinky.
Okay. Battle gloves. I think this is like the van braces that we have on Isaac, but better.
Yeah, I think...
Oh, it's just attack. No. So it's 4 attack for 1 defense. Heck yes.
Yeah.
And now we'll give these to not Garrett because he has a shield, and these 2 can't equip shields. So we'll give it to Mia.
She's so cool.
Okay, so I believe we're all out of lucky medals. I think we can go check if the shop sells any real quick.
I think you can also go, like, again, if you've sold any, you can find them at any
buy them
store.
at the shop.
Talk to that guy. Does he have a unique portrait?
No. We're going to sell some stuff because we have like a billion things. Those are pretty much worthless. We're going to hold on to this.
I remember, like, I would grind and save up and get 30 of the most relevant item. So I would get herbs when I was at earlier levels, and I would get 30 of each nut for everybody because I hated using Synergy, so I would always want to have those around. But I would use the Synergy anyway and not get whatever.
Not use the healing items and waste a bunch of money.
Does that guy have a unique portrait? No.
I know he doesn't. We can talk to him, but... man, I'm very sad that we didn't get an Assassin Blade, because they're really good.
Yeah. It'll tell us how many lucky medals we have.
You have no lucky medals.
Yeah.
I think we've missed a lot of treasure chests with those in them.
Yeah.
Thanks, game.
It's a good little mini game. It really is.
And it's fun, and you get really good stuff. If I were going to try my luck, I want to use lucky medal.
How lucky. That means it'll be extra lucky if you toss it in the fountain. I think you get some for participating in Colosso, do you?
No.
Okay.
I believe there's... Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one last thing, and then we're going to sign off. Because I'm not going to remember to do this later. We're going to do this maneuver. Interesting maneuver. Oh, he doesn't have enough synergy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, we already decided you don't regain it in towns.
But yeah, you can get some really good stuff there. You can get, I believe, the cocktail dress.
A demon axe.
The Assassin's Blade, of course. Oh, and we have gins that are on set. We need to set those.
Yeah. Here we go. Down and to the right?
Yeah. Yeah, we have enough synergy.
Yeah.
We have enough for that and a move just in case.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than... Ooh, okay, this is this, which is on Mia. So we have plenty of synergy for that because she has so much left over.
Yeah, she's such a boss.
Well, it doesn't help that all of my super damaging synergy is on my 2 lowest synergy point characters.
Yeah.
And I'm also kind of using them as Isaac as a healer, too. Our next Mars Gen, watch your ears, boys and girls.
Oh my gosh.
Now we give this to you, and we set it.
Nice.
Let's see. I think we need. We didn't do the Jin and Veil.
No, we didn't.
And we're gonna have to come back to that after Colosso, after next time.
Okay.
It was fun being here, but we've already run a bit over what we wanted to do. We've done over an hour and a half.
Yeah, so we're gonna take a break.
We're gonna take a break. We'll be back maybe in an hour. It kind of depends. We have other responsibilities today.
So yeah.
Tune in next time. Thank you for watching.